Okay, so this is a story back when I was in sixth grade, and I'm 20 now. So 9 years ago, it's kind of crazy to think about. I guess, half of my life almost. And now I think it's a good time to tell this story. So it all started when me and my best friend at the time, and still my best friend in a lot of ways, and we'll call him Rowan. We were hanging out in my house, in my room, and we just had no idea what to do. We were super bored, and so we decided to prank this girl, and I'll tell you why in a second, why we chose this girl specifically. It wasn't because either of us had a crush on her, even though my best friend dated this girl for like 2 years in high school, many, many years later, which is kind of crazy actually. So we decided we were gonna prank call slash prank text someone, and you might have never heard of a prank text before, and that's for good reason, because it literally exposes your phone number, which you try not to do in a prank call, but we were too stupid to know that. So anyway, we look through both of our contacts and we find this one number that my best friend has, but I don't have. So we decided we're gonna do it with my phone and get the girl's number from my friend, and we're gonna prank text this girl. So basically, the girl who we are pranking, and we can call her Marie. From my phone, we text this girl saying that we're saying hi and we're a different kid from school in our grade, and she believed us. She asked how we got the number, and we said that we bribed one of her friends to get it. We then told her that I had a crush on her, and she thinks we're someone else. So we're saying this other guy has a crush on her. But then we kept saying we were a different person from school, and she just got super confused, but just kind of like scared. And right then we decided to prank call her because we were texting this whole time. And we didn't like star 67 our phone number or whatever it is to hide our phone number, to hide my phone number, because she already had our phone number from the texts. So it was just super stupid. I don't know what the fuck we were doing. But so Marie, the girl, she got super scared and she told her mom about all of this as it's happening that night. And her mom got super worried and wanted to find out who was pranking Marie. So Marie's mom made a group chat. This is all this night. Made a group chat with other moms, including the moms of the guys we said we were on the text. They concluded that it wasn't one of their sons, the moms, because their phone numbers were different, because they had my number. But since they had the phone number, the moms asked their sons to look up the phone number in their contacts, and they all saw my name. And I didn't know any of this until I walked into first period the next day. So basically, all we did was prank text this girl. Maybe she said she got scared on the text, but we were just like, oh, that's funny, and then we moved on. I freaking go to sleep, go into first period the next day, band, and I'm getting my instrument ready. And this kid who I know, he comes up to me and is like, hey, was this you last night with this prank? And he shows me this group chat with a bunch of moms asking, who's this number? And they have my number in the group chat. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I was so scared. And I forget if I lied or not, if I said, no, it's not me, or like, where'd you get that, or whatever. But fast forward to fifth period that day, and Marie was in my class, and I'm just not looking at her side. And I remember, like, that whole day, so many people, just beyond just the guys and of like the sons of the moms that were asked, like it seemed like everyone in the school knew that I did this. And my friend was not in the loop of all of this because it was my number, so no one even cared about my friend, who was equally a part of this, but no one gave a shit. So it was just me in trouble. So basically, I'm in fifth period with Marie, and I'm just not looking at her, and we're like watching a movie or something, I remember. And then I get called to the office. So I go to the office, like the main office of the middle school, and it's one of the assistant principals who sits down with me. And first I thought I was someone else. I don't know, like if someone else got in trouble or whatever, but then I was like, no, I'm Jeremy. And she was like, oh. So then she like stops talking for a second, and she's like, so you've been doing some texting lately? I remember that was the first thing she said, and I was like, what is your game plan here? She said, you've been doing some texting lately? And I was like, I guess so. And she's like, don't bother lying. I read the texts. I mean, I wasn't going to lie, but I just told her what happened. And she's explained to me that all the people that I roped into this by saying I was someone else, like many different people in the text, like how they were affected. And remember, I was just breaking down crying. I was so sad. I was like, oh, my life is over. Like, I'm gonna get expelled. And then at the end, she was just like, I have to call your parents, right? And I was like, yeah. And I remember I went back to class and I just did not say a word. I was actually like trying to like stop crying. Like I still looked teary-eyed and I think I was still crying in class. And Marie probably saw I was just like so sad. And after school, my dad picked me up. And I remember he didn't say anything at first when he picked me up. And then like maybe 10 seconds later, he's like, "We'll talk about it in a second." I was like, "Oh shit." Um, so my dad was asking what happened and if I had a crush on Marie, and I was like, "No, I swear I don't." It was just like happened to be her number that we had. Um, and so basically, after, I forget if the school asked for me, I think my dad asked for me to do it, and it was the right thing. I wrote a note, like I wrote like a whole page to give to Marie of like an apology, and I was super serious. And I remember I took the time really to write a really good apology. And then my dad read it and he was like, "Scrap this. You have to write one paragraph, just apologize straight." Because in the page, in my long ass page apology, I was like, "I swear I don't have a crush on you. It was me and my friend," and I was explaining the whole situation. And my dad was like, "No, just say that you're sorry, whatever." And so I did. And then I forget. I think I gave her the note in person, and I just didn't talk to her for a while. But yeah, so in high school, many, many years later, she dates my best friend, who was never roped into this because it was my phone number. It's fine, whatever. But senior year of high school, I finally like we were friendly always, me and Marie, but I finally talked to her about this whole situation seriously. And she said that was one of the most traumatic nights of her life, but not because of what me and my friend did with the prank. It was because that night, out of all nights, her phone number got leaked on Craigslist, and she got a whole bunch of texts. I don't know if it was from one or maybe it was one or two guys, but like she got dick pics sent to her, adult grown dicks sent to her that night. And then she tells me that the cops were called that night. It wasn't just the mom group chat. Her mom called the cops about the dick pics and about the prank, and they thought it was connected. Because how else? Like, what are the odds that two kids from her school pranked her on the same night that her phone number gets leaked on Craigslist? Like, and we laughed about it. It was fine. And I told her that in 7th grade, the next year, that I had a crush on her. I actually did. I didn't in 6th grade when we did the prank, but the next year I did. And she said that she had the biggest crush on me too. And I was like, damn, like I could have been the one who dated her, not my best friend. And it was funny. It was kind of like a full circle moment. How the turntables, bro. But yeah, that's pretty much the story. Um, if you want to take anything from this, I would say, um, hide your phone number if you're gonna prank someone. Pretty much. All right. Jeremy out. Thanks for listening.